Check one, and we are live from wherever we are. Bonjour, welcome to NDN Way with Jonny R, the podcast that records live from the Red Lake Nation on the southern shore of the mighty Red Lake. I'm your host, Jonny R, obviously, John Roberts. Happy New Year, January 2nd, 2020 today. And a pretty uneventful New Year's celebration for me. Stayed home with the kids. Then I went to the tribal 2020 gathering they had yesterday. Good turnout, a lot of people, like 500 and some people signed in. I got some gifts. I don't know if they were drawings or what, but door prizes they call them in the giveaway game. Other than that, I think the last time we recorded was December 20th, which was just about 2 weeks ago, where my wife was my first guest with the new equipment, and she did pretty good, and got a positive response from that. Me and her just talking, the usual, just talking about life and where we came from and what we're trying to do with our lives. Well, life together, I suppose. And people want her to come back. So once we get, again, time is a big thing for us, with all the kids and her working full time and me trying not to die because of health illnesses. And so we're going to try and do that maybe this weekend again. Go live on Facebook, what we did last time. And so hopefully that works out the way we want to. But other things that went on since then, 20th, did I talk about my performance at Seven Clans Casino Red Lake? I didn't. Okay, wow. I performed at Seven Clans Casino Red Lake on December 14th. Good crowd. I liked it. Good to be back in the Seven Clans environment. Treated me well. Good food they gave me. Fed me very well. And they also had a pretty good setup for me in the green room. So, and I also did a little short documentary about that too. I think I started recording it that Monday before the show, and then I recorded recorded my set and I added it to that, and I just finished editing that on, when was that, Monday or Tuesday? I finished editing it, but I'm having a hard time. I compressed it. Oh, please, of course, there's a phone call. I don't know what that is, so. I compressed it, and it's still the file's too big for Vimeo, so I'm gonna have to try and figure out a way to bring it up to try to bring that file online, or go old school DVD. Could do it that way too, so maybe I'll just do it that way. I recorded it all on my iPhone, so it's not really, it's not Avatar, or The Irishman, but, just a quick look into what my life is like, me and my wife, what we go through every week. Even though it's just mostly me and the kids, there's a couple of shots of my wife in there, and they just weren't camera ready, and I didn't want to impose, intrude on them. My 18-year-old daughter's still here, and my 13-year-old son, and I didn't want to impose on them, and so I didn't really have a camera on them very much, so, but, it was just me, my kids, my wife, what we go through on a daily basis, raising all these kids on the Rez. So that's what that'll be about. I was gonna upload it online, like I said, but I can't get the file. It needs to be smaller to upload, but I'll meet with some IT guys to see how we can make that happen. You know, I can just put it on a they call them thumb drives now. Have they always been called thumb drives? Thumb drives? I don't know. Jump drives? I don't know. Hard? I don't know. I'm not too in the IT world, so I'm a little clueless. But I just started back working out again today because I took I think the last time I worked out was on the 19th of December because I was growing a blister on my foot and I couldn't really walk anymore. But I did keep doing the weights for a couple days. And then once Christmas break started for the kids, they all got sick. Influenza A, strep throat. Some of them had both. And they all eventually got either or both diseases, germs, throughout the whole Christmas break. And they go back to school, what's today, Thursday? And they're just now finally starting to get back to normal. And, you know, a 13-year-old son and 18-year-old daughter also came down with that. And myself, too, even though I got a flu shot, which I think I'm gonna sue IHS because I got a flu shot on November 19th, I think, and I still ended up with the flu. It was only a couple days, but still, well, maybe longer than that because I was home with them. I had to stay home on December 20th because I had one sick, and then the following Monday, the rest got sick. Stayed home with them. My wife kept them from daycare. My wife went to work, and then my wife took half of them in. That the 23rd, they got diagnosed, and then the 24th, she took the other 4 in. So all 8 kids were with flu or strep throat, and then it was pretty. You know, Christmas got ruined because everybody was sick, and then my wife went back to work the 26th and the 27th, and so I was home with sick kids those 2 days by myself, and then I got it. So, and then me and my son, my 13-year-old son, went to IHS that Friday. They diagnosed me with flu A, and my son had flu A and strep throat. So that was last week. So, but now we're all coming back, just in time for a big fucking snowstorm. Well, not a snowstorm, but it snowed quite considerably. I think it started Saturday night, Sunday morning. It just kept snowing and snowing till I think it finally quit Monday night. And by then, you know, we live about a quarter mile from the highway, so we live deep in the woods. All this is on my Facebook and my Instagram and Twitter at the Jonny R. But we were trapped here. I remember my wife went deliver some presents that Saturday. She got home Saturday night, and after that we were stuck here. We couldn't get out. The snow was so thick and deep, like at least 2 feet, maybe 30 inches of snow, and there was no passing through our driveway. Nothing. I shoveled Sunday, I shoveled Monday, and then Tuesday I was like, man, we're not gonna be able to get out of here at all. And then it come to a point where we actually ran low on supplies, and thankfully my mom and sisters helped us out with that, and they picked up some supplies for us at the store. And the bad thing about that, which is also on my Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and Twitter, is I had to walk down or through 2 feet of snow to retrieve the snacks and food and stuff. And that was about, I don't know, maybe not even a quarter mile, but through that snow, it was pretty tough walk, and I had to do that to go pick up her snacks because my mom and sisters couldn't get back here because of the snow. You know, my sister has a Chevy S, whatever it is, 4x4, and she still couldn't get back here. And then I got pretty far down the road. I could see a couple more trucks were stuck trying to plow. So it was pretty not scary, but you know, it made you think about how unprepared we are. Even though we live in northern Minnesota, lived here most of our life. Well, my wife has lived here all her life, and I lived here most of my life. So, and my own Chevy Silverado broke down in October. Transmission is slipping, and I was gonna get desperate, and it still goes forward. I can't back up. So I was digging my Chevy out, trying to get it out, and if I had to, I was gonna have to try and plow through all that snow. And from the looks of it, even regular 4x4 pickups were not getting through the snow. A lot of them got stuck, and a lot of the plows around the reservation were being overused. A lot of them broke down, and it was just really a hard time with the snow brought hard times for us. And so next year we all got to be prepared. I know I'm going to be prepared. I think I'm going to get a snowmobile if I can afford one, and I'm going to put a plow on my truck if I get my transmission. I mean, when I get my transmission fixed. So, but yeah, we got to be better prepared for a Minnesota winter, because it was pretty. It could have got, if my kids would have been sick during that snowstorm, that would have been rough. And we sent out things on Facebook, and telling people, asking if somebody has a plow, can come help us out. We had a lot of kids back here. It's not an emergency now, but it could have been an emergency. Like if they were sick, like they were the week before, then we would have panicked. But thankfully, they were all healing up by the time our big snowstorm came, and everybody's safe, everybody's happy, everybody was fed, thank God. And it was just it's been a rough Christmas break so far for my kids, and I'm glad they got to go back to daycare today. And I got a picture from my daycare provider. My nephew sent me a picture, and all my kids are just cuddled up with their auntie on a couch, and they haven't seen her in about 2 weeks, so that was good for them to get back in their routine, going back to daycare. They go back to school on Monday and Tuesday, so, which is 4 days away. So, but yeah, that's where our holidays were. I didn't go out New Year's Eve. I'm at a point now where I don't feel like, when I go hard, when I drink, I go hard. It's from years of just, bad habits. If I drink one can of beer, I'm going to start guzzling it like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then it's like a runaway train. It's got to wait for me to crash, wreck myself without checking my. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, so I stayed home for New Year's Eve, and next year I think I'm going to get a gun so I can shoot like everybody does. I was talking to a young fella there. He went off on his gun, 1,400 rounds, I think he said, with his guns. And like, wow, it's gonna be quite a mess to clean up afterwards. But yeah, guns and parties around here. But I was home with the kids, so well behaved. But other than that, I'm still waiting on calls for interviews. I put in for 3 jobs last month, and the council meeting is not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. So within the next 2 weeks, within the next week, I suppose, I'll be called in for an interview for those. But as of right now, I'm a independent contractor. I'm a free agent. I got nothing going. I got I'm actually performing for the Red Lake Traditional Gathering Conference or something. I forgot what it was called. The one I did last year at Adrian Chalapa. I'll be doing that again this year with Rob Fair. Well, Rob's doing one lunch, and then I'm doing the next day's lunch performance. So I'll be on next Thursday, I think about noonish. So, but that's the only income I'll have coming in. And then after that, I go to Cedar Lakes Casino in Cass Lake, Minnesota on February 22nd, my wife's birthday. and I'll be performing with the Rez reporter Rob Fairbanks, and Auntie Beatrice herself, Tanya Jo Hall, will also be there with us. And I remember me, Rob, and Tanya, we did that Cass Lake show a few years ago, and we were all, still up and comers at the time, and we were talking, well, who's gonna close? Rob, you close. This is your hometown. Oh man, I don't want to close it. Well, Tanya, you got a big following. Yeah, Tanya will close. Tanya's, no, I don't want to close. I'm too nervous to close. So they had me close, and I did pretty good. I liked it. That Cass Lake crowd and the Palace Casino, we all had fun. That's what it's all about. Crowd came there, raised hell with us, and that's what it's all about, man. Comedy, going out having fun with your cousins and family and fellow old jibs. And even though I think Rob's, I think he's part Lakota and Tanya's Lakota. So, but yeah, a lot of fun. Me, Rob, and Tanya back together again, February 22nd, Cedar Lakes Casino, Cass Lake, Minnesota. So you might want to look up Leech Lake. I think tickets are free, so you got to get there early. I know the last time Tanya was over at Cedar Lakes, that place was packed, and pretty sure they had to turn people away. So get there early, kids. Get there early. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm just going to have some fun on stage. Feed off the crowd. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I like to do. Feeding off the crowd, like Hulk Hogan. You remember he used to Hulk up? That's what I used to do. But Rez Comedy documentary, I talked to the guys a couple weeks ago. Turned it in. He sent it to a company for coloring. Is that what it's called? Touch up on the coloring, and it should be done this week, next week, and premiere by the end of this month. That's what I'm hearing, and that is definite. I know this whole saga of Rez Comedy documentary has been put off for so long, and it's all on me. It's all my fault. I take full responsibility for it not being out when we say it's going to be out, because that's all on me. I take full responsibility. It's my fault. I'm I don't know. It's just my fault. That's it. That's all I'll say. That's what it is. That's what it is, bro. But as for anything else, I'm pretty open to coming to your community, performing comedy, doing some speaking, raising these kids, adopting kids, I've been sober for, what did I say, 60, must be, I'm pushing 90 days here. Let's see, what's the date, 20 days, yeah, I'm about 70 some days into my sobriety, so, and I don't see myself going out anymore, because I'm just too busy, I don't have time to fight off the anxiety and the panic attacks and the nausea and that a hangover brings, because I got kids to worry about, and I'm just not looking forward to, it's not on my agenda to drink anymore, so, but, never say never, but my purpose is to stay sober, and got my Sober Squad shirt on. Big Rich for the opportunity, Sober Squad. Let's do it again sometime soon. I think I'm actually going to start going to some meetings. I want to see how, all these years I've always thought of myself, I'm not an alcoholic, I can control, but I'm probably not. Obviously, I'm not where I think I'm going to fall off the wagon again, because I have no control, because I don't have control sometimes. Like, I just admit it, I didn't have control the last time I went out, and I just kept drinking and drinking like Stone Cold Steve Austin, and drink till I black out, which is pretty sad now that I say it out loud in front of my 1 dozen listeners on iTunes. 1 dozen. My listeners on iTunes, but yeah, it is sad. My alcohol is a struggle. Still struggle with it to this day. To this day! That's my Deontay Wilder. To this day. Still struggling with alcohol, but I'll get there. So I was sober once before for 3 years for the hell of it, so I'll probably do it again. Got on a scale today. I'm pretty low. I remember at my heaviest was probably this summer when I was working, and I was just about done working and I quit work. So I'm at about 33 pounds down since I quit working in August. So, but a lot of that, my body was eating all the fat, because of the type 2 diabetes. But still, that's still a lot of weight to lose. I'm actually starting to feel it now. I'm starting to notice things that I can do that I couldn't do before. I can bend over, tie my shoes, and I can breathe. Because I used to be able to, it was like going underwater when I tie my shoes because I have to hold my breath. But yeah, now I'm going to put off the having to buy strap shoes for another, few more years until my bones get bad. So, but as of right now, I'm not on call, but I'm ready. If you want to invite me to, I actually got to send a contact with a casino marketing executive out west. So I'm gonna probably do that today to see what's going on, see if we can get something going, get me back out west, hit the road. I'm also gonna start renting my own venues, and which I should do. I'm gonna try and get the Chief Theater and put something together there. And yeah, we'll just do that. And that's how I build an empire, right? You gotta take risks. You gotta be bold. You gotta be crazy, but not too crazy. Not too crazy where you don't know you're crazy. I don't know where I was going with that. But yeah, I think that's all I got. I'll be at the Red Lake Nation College for the. I'm gonna get this right here. I want you guys to be struggling to figure out where I'm at. So I believe it's called Red Lake Nation Community Wellness Gathering, a return to tradition, held at the Red Lake Nation College in Red Lake, Minnesota, January 8th through the 10th, 2020. All 3 days start at 8 o'clock, go till 4:30 on Wednesday and Thursday, and then 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Friday. Lunch entertainment will be Rob Fairbanks on January 8th, and Thursday lunchtime entertainment will be John Roberts, the Ojibwe outlaw, the most dangerous man on skis. Yeah, that's me. So that's where I'll be. And then I will be in select profile picture. I'll be at Rez Comedy Night 2, February 22nd at Cedar Lakes Casino in Cass Lake, Minnesota, with the Rez reporter Rob Fairbanks, me, Jonny R, and Auntie Beatrice herself, Tanya Jo Hall. So, yeah. Anything else? I'll be open to coming to your communities. I talk a lot about my struggles in life, mostly alcohol, growing up without a father, but I did have a father figure, so a pretty good father figure. My stepdad did pretty well in raising me, so I can't complain. I can't really say I didn't grow up without a father, but it would have been nice to have my real father more involved, but whatever. I think that's one of my big issues, my father issues, because I'm just kidding. I was going to go off on that, but I'm not. But, yeah. Look me up. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at the Jonny R. TheJonnyR. I'm also on, I got NDNWay.com, NDNWay.com. I haven't updated. I need to update that. I think I still have JonnyRComedy.com too. I'm not too sure. But if you want to book me, I'm at JonnyRComedy@gmail.com. JonnyRComedy@gmail.com. I have to get a Gmail account because all the young kids are laughing at my Hotmail. At least I don't have AOL. I suppose AOL is a little before my time. So, but I think that's all I got. Thanks for listening, and check out my YouTube page. I got some new videos up there too. It's youtube.com/94warriors. The number 94 and then warriors, or it might be the Jonny R too. I don't know. I can't keep up with. I got too much going on. I'm sorry. But that's all I got. Thanks for listening, and we'll hopefully have another episode with my wife this weekend.